What is that?
Mom, do we have more gum?
Chlor.
Wolvie draws, you're sketching too? Well, that's awesome, man. How you doing? I'm good. I am good. I gotta position this camera better. Mr. Springtrap, how's it going? I'm doing good. My wallet lets me see my personalized car payment, so I know what I pay before I buy. It's good.
Hey, get off your ass.
Right? Someone saying? For real. I mean, I guess it's misleading as to assume that all the drawing I was doing for my He-Man comic was not fun. But it started to feel like a chore to get it done, so now I can draw whatever the hell I want. Hey Minka, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a minute. I was doing these basically on a daily basis, but once I got done with the drawing part of my book, I had to focus on the lettering and the scripting, and I can't as easily, do a live stream while I'm doing that stuff. So, but I can draw for fun now. And I'm actually doing this for a guy. I posted about this if anyone was paying attention, that a guy bought an entire complete set of my fan comic, including issue 6, which I don't even have yet. But he's like, I want all 6, so I'll pay for him, and you can send him to me when you get it in hand. So because he bought an entire set, I just kind of randomly said, you know what, you're the first person to do that. I'm going to send you an original sketch. Who's your favorite character? He's like, Beastman. I'm like, all right, there you go. Yo, Tyraz, how's it going? Awesome. You're good, Tyraz? You did an interview for a new job, went well? That's awesome. I'd like to find a new job, but I don't know. Kind of trapped.
Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out this cover of Post the Colors made by me and my friends on TikTok.
As most of you probably know, this was a large TikTok duet thing that happened about a month or two ago, and everyone really wanted a full cover of it, so thank you for...
Ernie presents magically made fudge stripes.
Jimmy, how are you, man? Tyraj, you say I got my series completed and we are fucking proud. Well, thanks, Tyraj. Yeah, it's crazy to finally have that thing wrapped up and off to the printer, and yeah. But Jimmy Reyes, man, how are you? How's your book coming along? I'm anxious to get my hands on that one. Get my hands on some Dragon Rage. Yeah, stoked on Dragon Rage. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this is kind of like my version of him as he appears in my book. Doesn't have all the same kind of like gear and shit that he wore in the original cartoon, but the basic look is the same. And my version of Beastman was way more dangerous than the one in the cartoon. But I haven't actually drawn in so long. It's been like a couple of weeks since I actually sat down and did any actual like drawing. And Jess couldn't join me tonight. Jessica couldn't because she had a school test to take, and then her favorite football team is playing, and so, you know, once football starts, that takes priority. So that's part of the deal. I'm drawing this on the back of a backing board for like a regular comic. It's not my favorite paper to draw on. It's like, it's kind of fine, but it's taking this ink really weird. But I shall persevere. Chief Cook. Yes, sir. That is Beastman. Zip asking, what am I drawing? I am drawing a version of Beastman from the He-Man Masters of the Universe franchise. I'm actually probably going to have to start taking on some commissions here since my frickin' furnace died on me and it cost me basically $11,000. I'm going to have to start making some money on the side for real. Well, I remember, Mika. I haven't forgotten what you had talked about. It was just, for that one, it was just kind of more of a waiting for me to get done with my thing and get past this convention that's coming up, and then I'll be able to, talk to you more directly about it. But I have not forgotten. I did get your email with the songs you sent me, which were badass, by the way.
sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on their nerve. I recommend Sensitive.
Business can happen virtually anywhere, but there's nothing like being there. At NASCAR.
Assume you guys can hear in the background that loud rumbling sound. It's the joys of living right next to, and I mean right next to, a major military air base. It's the sound of freedom is what I call it.
We're bringing the sweet, smooth Lay's honey butter flavor from South Korea to the U.S. So you can taste Lay's flavors from around the world. Try that, and you could win a vacation.
Excuse me. Gunnar Roberts. I don't know if you were listening, but this is for you, sir. I assume you know that. Everyone who's paying attention, welcome the guy who bought the first complete set of my fan comic right there. Minka, you missed it. So this fella in the chat, Gunnar Roberts, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, I'm interested in getting your whole series," and basically I'm like, "Well, I'll have the next one in hand soon enough. If you want to, just hold on a minute, and I'll send you all of them." He's all right, great. So he's the first person to buy the complete set. I've had people buy all of the available ones before, but this is the first time where all 6 books, the entire story is done, and somebody got the entire run, even though book 6 isn't at the time. I was still working on it, but I've actually ordered it, so book 6 is actually just waiting to get it in hand. And as a thank you to him, I'm throwing in this sketch for him. So I hope you like it, man. And Tyraz, you said, what's on the drawing board next? Am I jumping right into my multiverse idea, or are you doing something else? It's kind of up in the air. That's what I was going to do, is jump right into that, and I'm actually kind of anxious to do that. I kind of want to get back with these characters, because the continuation in an alternate form is something that I'm really kind of pumped to do. But me and Chuck are working together, and we kind of want to figure out something to do, because we kind of feel like we're gelling and meshing together pretty well. And so we need to find something that it can be a thing that we both have a personal stake in. And we haven't quite figured that out yet. So we're gonna figure that out, and then go from there. Maybe look into a crowdfunding thing to see if people would be interested in whatever we're making. See if we can't get a little money on the side for it and make it as nice as we can. So we will see. We will see. Nothing's been decided yet. But Chuck Gibson's, his inks and my artwork, especially here at the end, really started gelling together in a way that we were both pretty significantly happy with, as far as I can tell. And kind of think we've stumbled onto something that'll work. So we should see what we can make of it. Well, thanks, Jimmy. That's incredibly generous of you. I really appreciate that. I know Chuck's a big fan of yours. He loves your stuff. He talks about it all the time. He loves the inking nibs, I guess, that he's gotten from you. I guess they're things that you've developed or made. He swears by the one. He's like, this thing just inks just like a regular Hunt 102 as a digital nib. He's very positive on it. Daniel Bedrosian, hello, sir. Funkadelic represent. Everyone say hi to the keyboardist, to George Clinton. Right there. One hell of a musician. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I've got a couple of sets I need to get out, so I'm going to try and get them. Well, my plan is to get them in the mail by Saturday, so I'll have that one coming to you very, very quickly. Thanks, Dan. I try, man. I mean, you know, I do the best I can do, and then I look at other artists out there that I really admire, and I'm like, God damn, do I still have a long way to go, but just keep plugging away at it. And you know what, Danny? I've definitely been guilty of saying that about a lot of my favorite artists throughout my comic reading career for real. I guess I'll know I've arrived if anybody's like, I like your older shit better, man. I'm like, wait, what? I've never been good, and you like my old stuff better? When did I miss the part where I was good? That's totally true, man. But yeah, the journey, I completely agree with that. I 100% agree. All right, someone's saying you got to take off. Minka, you got to go too. Awesome, guys. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Very, very much. Kind of missed doing these live streams, honestly. I was doing them so regularly that I had to kind of chill it out for a minute, but I've kind of missed it. And it is weird sitting here not having a specific project to work on anymore. I've had nothing but this damn fan comic on my mind for years, and now that it's essentially complete, I'm like, I don't have a thing waiting next. I don't, I got to come home from work today. I was telling my friend, I'm like, I don't have to go home and immediately jump onto the frickin' book and keep working on it like I've been doing every day for the past months and months. I can go home and chill out for once. And what did I do? I came home and I went to bed. I took a fucking nap for like 3 hours. I need a break. Thanks, Minka. Appreciate it. I like this era of Rob's art, unlike his 2040s work. Well, by the time 2040 comes around, I'll be fucking coming up on 60, man. 50. Yeah, God, I hope I'm still drawing and vaguely competent and still working by then. Brunson, yo, finally caught one of your streams. No, I appreciate it, man. I was just talking to these guys. I was doing them for a long stretch consistently forever. And then I got to the lettering part of my comic and the editing and cleanup. And I'm like, no one wants me to watch me doing that too much. So I just kind of had to chill it out. But I've missed doing these. It's been a lot of fun. It actually kept me going. I've hit a major wall in terms of burnout and tiredness and all that type of stuff from making this damn thing and doing the YouTube channel and living my regular life and working my regular job and trying to keep up with my boys when I get to see them. And it's just too much. I mean, not to sound like a little bitch, but I actually left work about a week and a half ago, literally just like basically just in tears. I was just so burned out and tired, and when I found out my furnace died and it's going to be $11,000 fucking dollars to fix, it just caught up with me the next day and just everything. And I'm like, boss, I gotta leave. I gotta go home. And I came home and I went to bed, but I was literally like, just had tears in my eyes from just everything. So, but doing these damn live streams is actually fun, and the conversations and connections making with everyone it actually keeps me going. And so I do miss them. Yeah, a lot of shit can catch up with you out of nowhere. That's exactly what happened, man. It just kicked me right straight in the nuts. Hey, I need to pause for 2 seconds. The screen might go blank. I got a text from someone I have to check. I'll be super quick, but it might black out, but it should come right back, hopefully. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. It was that quick. It wasn't what I thought it was. So, all right. I'm fine. Everybody still hear me? Pamela Gasper. Hello. How are you? Thank you. I'm glad everyone could identify who this character is, because he's not in his traditional, like, Filmation era outfit or anything. It's just more of the face. So, you know, I was kind of worried that people would be like, it sort of looks like a Beastman. Sort of. Good. You had that with your freaking roof a couple of years ago. Yeah. This house I'm in, it's just it's a mobile home, and it's 40 years old, and the furnace in this place is original to the home. It's a 40-year-old furnace, and it's about 10 years at least, maybe 20 years past its life expectancy. And I only got 5 years out of it personally, but I can't complain that, you know, it died. But I can cry about it. But yeah, I've replaced the water softener, the dishwasher, now the furnace and the AC, reattached the deck to the house because it was falling off. Had to coat the roof because my roof was leaking. It's an old home, but it's mine, so I mean, I actually flat out own it, so gotta take care of it. Dan, you ever notice the mini comic Beastman is red, but he's orange in the cartoon and the toy? I've seen some of those old, those mini comics. Not many of them. I gotta imagine there must be a collection of those mini comics somewhere. I actually need to get those and see what the original works were like. I understand that they weren't very consistent.
We got you. New Eggo fully loaded waffles.
How can fans score on every song?
By cash backing. Cash backing.
I hate these commercials. There's a good collection in a hardcover. I'll have to seek that out. I figured there had to have been. I've only seen bits and pieces of those original mini comics. It's more of I think He-Man is more of like a Conan-ish type character, which is how my version is, even though it's based on the Filmation series. I took my Masters of the Universe fan comic very adult. Oh shit, there's Mark Tex and Bruce Timm one? Dang. Shoot, that's a hell of an endorsement right there. Now I really have to check them out. Gunner, you had a hurricane, your insurance wouldn't cover more than 30%. Oh, that's some bullshit right there. Wow, that sucks, Gunner. Oh yeah, Pamela, the Filmation. Yeah, he had orange, and he had like a big, like poofy, like harness around his upper body, and then like that blue plated thing on his. Yeah, I know they had these. The Filmation version had all these different design elements, but I'm drawing the one from my fan comic where he was just like, you know, pared down to the basic animalistic monster. And that's what we got going on here. So I eliminated all that shit off him. He's just like a werewolf in a way. Tex did most of the 83, 84, and Bruce Timm did the bulk of the later ones, 86 to 87. Shit. Tex has never been bad. Sometimes he's drawing a comic that doesn't really fit his artwork, but it still looks really good. I see him on Instagram on occasion doing some in-progress stuff. I don't know if he's actually drawing comics anymore. He probably doesn't need to. He can probably just live off commissions, if I had to guess. I don't know nothing. Your first comic was a Masters of the Universe Mark Tex? Damn, yeah. I could leave an impression, I would think. First time I ever saw Tex, I think, was on that Ghost Rider series, and I was like, yeah, that's a perfect artist to draw this book. I think I'm approaching the point where I'm just over-rendering the shit out of this thing. There's not really much more to add to it, I don't think. He was doing his best Barry Smith on those. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really curious to check him out. Yeah, Gunner. Yeah, the Dracula soundtrack, the Gary Oldman Dracula. I love that soundtrack. I love that movie. This
3 days only. Friday,
shit.
Saturday, Sunday. Save thousands on hot tubs and swim spas. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even
You watch Dracula while working? Yeah, great movie. Pamela, am I going back and going to color him? No, I don't do color. I can't do color. I'm no good at it, and I don't really have an interest in I'm more interested in the black and white artwork aspect of it and leaving the coloring to people who are good at it. And it's just it's a sketch. It's a sketch for Gunner here in the comments. This is for him. And so God, I think that's about it as far as this drawing. Anyway, Gunner, I hope you're happy with this thing. As soon as I get those copies of Volume 6 in hand, I'll mail the whole set out to you with this. Yeah, Dan Pedrosa, I'm kind of a fan of black and white artwork, not all the time, every time, but more often than not. I like to see the black and white and let the artist who drew it, let his kind of skills shine through. Artist editions, yeah, for real. For realsies. Well, most of my books are basically artist editions anyway, since they're black and white. I do have a sketch. Well, I was going to say it's a sketchbook. It's not exactly a sketchbook. Let me grab one. Oh, God. I have this thing. I've actually had it for 2 years. It's basically Rob just drawing hot girls. I'm a simple man. But yeah, I've got this sketchbook. You know what's funny? I basically haven't sold a single copy. I've had them. I haven't really pimped them on the channel at all, really, honestly. When I say I haven't sold a copy, I've taken to the convention that I go to, the local one, which is pretty big, and never sold a single one. Not one. So, it's kind of funny. So I've given some away here and there, but yeah. I'm not a smart man, but I know what cheesecake is. That's literally exactly right. But yeah, I put this thing together and just some various pencil sketch and then the inked version of it. And, Dan, you think that they would, but I haven't sold not a one at the local one I go to. And so I don't understand why. Just doing a quick kind of flip through of the stuff that's in here. A lot of these, most of these, almost all of these are referenced from photos of some type. I can't draw female figures this good from memory. You're probably talking about that one, and I 100% was going for that, Dan, I'm guessing. I did have a female figure to reference, but I just tried to do some hard shadows, and then that black cut across it. I mean, that's just straight ripping off Mignola. Like, I'm not going to even pretend like I'm not. Put a skull face on her and a sword, just trying to make like a stone statue. I don't know. But yeah, I was totally ripping him off. That drawing is old as shit. This thing's maybe 15 years old. And I was digging through my artwork trying to find something to put in the sketchbook. I'm like, it's kind of all right. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. Some monster stuff. What else we got? These ones were fun. Again, reference from, just photos found online. Just trying to get the form and figure with all the shadows and shading. Pencil sketch there. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed, figuring out the lighting and form. Like, I'm a guy, I like drawing beautiful women. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not, but I'm only interested in making stuff that's, like, beautiful, not gross. So,
Calling all pizza lovers. Enter the Cabot Saucy Pizza Sweeps for a chance to win a trip for two to your favorite U.S. pizza city. Visit Cabot Wine's Instagram for details. Imported by Palm Bay International, West Palm Beach, Florida. Campaign financed according to EU regulation number 20.
oh my God, commercials. I hate commercials. Faye James tried an international market for that sketchbook. I mean, I don't know what that means exactly. I haven't really shown it on the channel but once or twice just because I don't think about it. I just figured it'd be an easy sell at the conventions, and like I said, not one person has ever been interested in buying them. They'll commission me for, on-site commissions and pick up my Star Trek prints and my Gargoyles prints and stuff like that, and my comics on occasion. But no one was interested in my girly book. When I say gross, you immediately think Maximum Press. I mean, kind of. That's kind of what I mean, If I could draw female figures as good as Silvestri or Adam Hughes or somewhere in between, I'd be happy. But, Brody Allen, how's it going? Yeah, Mark, you're saying the convention you're at, people were mainly buying key issues from what you saw, not pinup books. And I get it, I mean, that's kind of what I was learning. I'm not popular enough for anyone to be interested in any damn thing like this. Yeah, I like drawing stuff like this. I mean, who doesn't like drawing beautiful women? Like, I certainly do. Well, thanks, Dan. You think this is one of my strengths? This would be the book you would buy at my table. Well, you would be the first one, sir. This is a homage to a Frazetta painting that somebody wanted me to commission them for a different version of one of the Masters of the Universe characters. I can't remember what her name was. It was not anything from the Filmation cartoon, but had me draw this character and the cat, and I did it in like an homage to that old Frazetta painting. I don't know what it was titled. I think anybody who's really familiar with Frazetta will recognize at least the basic composition. Then the back. Dan, all right, I thought you might. You're a connoisseur. This is a drawing, just a close-up pencil drawing of Jessica. For those of you who've been with the channel for a while, this is one of her Instagram pages pictures. I'm like, God damn, that looks good. So I made it the back cover. She was kind of flattered. Tyraz, I've asked $10 for this book. I keep thinking about putting together another one, but it hasn't been foremost on my mind because, one, I've been working on the He-Man fan comic, and since I didn't ever sell any of these, I haven't been exactly rushing to get it put together. But yeah, that's the one sketchbook I've put together. Pamela, many of them would be great for a goth style book. I was thinking of that. This, actually, the girl on the cover here, she's someone I used to work with, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, ever. And I hit her up. I'm like, ever interested in letting somebody do art of you? And she's like, oh my God, that would be amazing. So she took a bunch of pictures and made the cover. This was her here. And then a couple others in here were the same girl. Caitlin was her name. She is the reference for... God damn. She was the reference for this one. She was actually topless in the picture she took. She sent it to me. I'm like, all right, well, trust is established. And then these ones were her. So very goth, like a very goth girl, long dark hair, into skulls and shit. And that one there was her. So anyway, yeah, that was fun to have somebody be interested in, you know, doing some art modeling for me.
We're bringing the sweet, smooth Lay's honey butter flavor from South Korea.
Actually, the next sketchbook I've thought about putting together, me and Jessica have talked about this, is doing a book of a lot of the drawings me and her have done together on the live streams through the last year. You know, the Rob and Jessica live sketchbook, something like that. I think at least a couple people who are a fan of the channel might be interested in that. Maybe. I just want to show off, just because you're all here, Jessica, again, for those of you who know, she joins me on my live streams a lot. She did a painting a while ago, and I told her it looked amazing, and she's like, you can have it. I'm like, you can't send that to me. But she's like, nope, it's yours. But this is the painting that she did, and she sent to me, and I freaking love this thing. It's on this nice canvas. Trying to show it all. But yeah, Jessica King, she did this in last year, and she got it to me, and I love this thing. I mean, she's done a lot of interesting stuff, but this one, I just love the colors. And I said, that's beautiful. I'd hang that up on my wall. She's like, you can have it. I'm like, absolutely not. You are not sending me this thing. She's like, no, it's yours. She's like, it's just going to sit in the corner of my house, unmoving. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not going to fight you. So, yeah, she sent me this painting, and I got to hang it up somewhere. But I can't paint, and she's good with acrylics, and I just look at it, and I'm like, I don't even know where I would start. Like getting it under the light, and you can see the brush strokes and stuff. Anyway, just had to show off Jessica's artwork there. Pretty freaking awesome. Aww. Forgot she even signed it. Rob, thanks for being my best buddy for most of for 2 decades now. She's my homie. Well, guys, I think I might cut it off here. It's only an hour, but I might have to cut this live stream off. Pamela, maybe an adult coloring book? There you go. There's an idea. Would people buy that? Look, I'm not trying to sound kind of materialistic, but I'm in a position where I got to make some money a little bit, and I'm almost willing to do not anything, but almost anything. Was the great idea? I mean, maybe. Yeah, this is the last page to the book that Chuck Gibson actually inked, and he did a way better version than I did. I just inked up the pencils just because I wanted to, but when Chuck Gibson sent me the inks to this thing that he did, it's 1,000 times better. And I did the best I could do, and I think it's kind of okay. I'm not disappointed with my work here at all, but when you see Chuck's version, holy shit. That's why he is who he is. He's inked Jim Lee, so... You know what's funny, Dan? Now that you say that, here's the idea for the new book, Brigade #1 remake, panel by panel, but I have to film myself doing it and make that live stream. I have actually had this idea in my head for a long time to like redraw a really bad Extreme Studios comic. And then I find myself thinking like I'm just setting myself up to embarrass myself because, you know, I'm not that good. I think I could do better in some ways and some things, but I've had the thought of redrawing like a Liefeld comic forever. It is probably, that's just a dangerous thing, but it could be fun, you know? Yeah, Gunnar, I saw that. I will absolutely send you the sketchbook. Thank you, man. I will send you a sketchbook. Absolutely. I will add that to the pile. Thank you, dude. Dan, bro, that's the move. Might be incredible. I don't know, man. It would be like, I've thought about, I've had it in my head for years. You know, there's a lot of Liefeld work I do actually genuinely like, but it's all his old stuff from the early 90s, the end. But I feel like I could set myself up to embarrass myself by like, here, look, I can do better, and it's actually not, because I'm, you know. But I've thought about it, Dan. You are not kidding. Like, that's funny you mentioned that, because I have had that thought for real. Mark Riddell, Liefeld's a better creator than Jim Lee. Oh, shots fired. There's a case to be made. Yes, Dan, exactly. I said that just on a recent, that god-awful Bloodstrike book that I reviewed. When I reviewed this one, I said peak Liefeld was the best issues he's ever done is New Mutants 100 and X-Force #1. But a few issues before that and a few issues after. 100%. I agree with you, Dan. That's his best work, and it's still entertaining. Like, I still dig it. I'm still mad that after going through this whole book, I gotta find it. Yeah, I never did get to find out the whatever happened to this. The dick in a jar. I can't believe they set that up in this book, and in the entirety of the rest of the book, they never addressed it, not once. I got to see that bonus Liefeld page of the New Mutants Days of Future Present Annual. Yeah, I need to look that up, 100%. Yeah, Mark Riddell, I get what you're saying. I don't completely agree. I do agree that obviously Liefeld come up with some great concepts that stuck. I do. But Jim Lee at least still draws, and artistically, in my opinion, he's as good as he's ever been. I don't personally care for DC Comics that much. So I don't care if Jim Lee's drawing Justice League. I'm still not picking it up because I don't have a connection to it. No, that's fair, Mark. I get you. But when was the last time Liefeld created anything that was good? Now, you could say he absolutely created Cable, Deadpool, top tier, culturally impactful, 100% true. And then the secondary X-Force characters are still pretty popular. And what did Jim Lee add to the character world that he personally come up with? Kind of nothing. Dan, I got to look up that page. What am I looking for? If I did a Google search for that page you're talking about. You said stylistically one of his best drawings. So what would I Google search? Rob Liefeld. Shit. Cannot type. Days of Future Present. Days of Future Present Annual. Let me try that. All right, Dan, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I could probably sit here and search and probably never find the exact thing without knowing for sure. Not showing.
Bluetooth pairing.
Hey Gunner, thanks, man. I'll get you those books off to the mail as soon as I get them in. I'll get them off to you with the sketchbook and your sketch. Pamela, have I thought about doing any Transformers comics fan made? In my Masters of the Universe fan comic, the Transformers universe does make an appearance on kind of a small scale. They are in it. The idea is that Skeletor went searching the cosmos and alternate realities for the most powerful weapons he could find to defeat He-Man. So he comes back with the Sword of the Thundercats. He comes back with Voltron itself and something else from the Transformers universe. And I love the Transformers, but drawing nothing but characters that are a bunch of cars and planes kind of gives me a heart attack. Yeah, I've got stories in mind for Transformers, but the ability to draw frickin' cars and trucks and stuff, it would just make me just puke. Okay, Danny, yeah, I got that. Okay, I have seen this before, right? And yeah, that is one of those like wild, like I love like the super skinny legs. It's a very stylistic thing that he didn't quite keep exactly, but it was very distinctly him. It somehow worked. Yes, I agree. I don't even remember the Shatterstar. It was kind of folded in over there a little bit, but yeah, I've seen that. And now that you mention it, so now I know. I think I saw that in my, here we go. Let me get this to pull up here. Now that I know that that's what you were specifically talking about. Yeah, look at that Shatterstar. That is something. That is some wild stuff, but kind of works. You can tell he hadn't quite nailed down the Shatterstar design because he didn't give him that football helmet. Yeah, that's some wild stuff. Yeah, it's a style that he didn't exactly keep for very long. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Hell, even that version of the team didn't last long. He wanted to eject all those characters and bring in all his new ones. Yeah, it's so weird. You like this stuff way better than the later stuff. Yeah, I get you. Pamela, you're asking, was it the Matrix of Leadership? You know what? I'll show you. Spoiler. Right here in book 2. See, She-Ra goes to talk to her brother after her final battle with Skeletor, and he's this burned, monstrous creature. But, so she flies off on her horse to Snake Mountain to go prove that Skeletor's gone and all the villains are gone. So while She-Ra's zipping around through here, trying to scope out Snake Mountain, see if it's truly abandoned. How about that right there? You identify that? The text says, before the Imperial Magistrate reaches a verdict, would you like to beg for your life? It sometimes helps, but not often. But yeah, Dan, weird stuff, but very stylistic. It'd be interesting if he stayed in that style. It's more interesting than his current stuff. I gotta lay off him. Everyone hates me for everyone hates me for ragging on Liefeld sometimes. Whew. Let me tell you what was a hard page to draw. This page right there. Every one of those damn creatures with all their faces. This one took a minute. Yep, Pamela, exactly. That's where I took that line. It's so iconic. I love it. So that's how I introduced these characters into the little guest spot they had in my fan comic here. How about that right there? Snake Mountain and the spiral ship of the Quintessons. I even got this colored up. Hell, let me pull it up. I got it stuck on my wall over here. Pardon my bare ass arm. I sneak under. Right there. I've had 1 or 2 pages from the inside of my books colored up by this guy that I know, and I pay him. He's got decent rates. But I'll never see this book in color because I can't afford it. But getting the chance to see, you know, my black and white artwork and then get the guy to color it up. Yeah, I thought the guy did really good on the colors. And again, I offer this as a print at the comic conventions. No one's interested. You know, there's not a big fan market out there for like, oh, I want random He-Man comic stuff. But the colorist, I love the way he did the fire in the bottom and got the shiny metallic of the spiral ship, and then like the water, or I don't know if it was water or lava or whatever the fuck was supposed to be spilling over in the background of Snake Mountain. But I feel like the colorist guy really nailed this. And again, I've made prints of them, never sold one. I'm like, all right, fine, this is for me. I'll have them there still, and maybe one day somebody would be interested in an art print of these, but I just think it's an interesting thing to put these two random concepts together. What is a Quintesson spiral ship doing at Snake Mountain? It just kind of begs the question of what is going on, at least to me. So this is one of my favorite drawings that I did in this book. That's He-Man right there. See Darkman He-Man? He got his face melted by Skeletor, and this is how he runs around in the book for a long period. I really take my books dark. And he fights Hordak. It's a big close-up of his face right there. And it ends, the book 2 ends with He-Man on the ground. He just wiped out the armies of Hordak. He's close to death. And then just it ends on the outside of Castle Grayskull is Battle Cat. And who's riding him? That is the Lord of the Thundercats right there, coming to reclaim the Eye of Thundera. So that's how book 2 ends. Byron, how are you doing, brother? I keep saying I'm going to shut this live stream down, but I'm enjoying having conversations. Yeah, Magnola asked. Yeah, I you know, God, if I could even come close to capturing his like shadows and shapes, I would be happy, but it's deceptively simple. Mignola's artwork, I think some people might look at it and go, oh, it's easy, just put a bunch of shadows everywhere. I mean, yeah, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. You're fooling yourself if you think that's easy. Because I've tried and I've failed. Yeah, Byron, this is a page. It's funny, I was just showing everybody. It's a page on the inside of one of my comics right there. And I had a guy color it up. So the line work is mine. The colors are another guy. It's a guy that lives in the Philippines. Well, thanks, Dan. That's really generous of you, man. It's on occasion when I try it, it kind of works. I'm like, that works really well. I should keep trying that. Yeah, that's volume 2, book 2. So, yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Byron, did I already mail that out to you? Did it not arrive? I'm sorry, I've got so many things going on. I can't remember if I mailed it or not. I thought that I did. God, I'm trying to keep these all straight in my head. But I thought that I mailed volume 2 out for you. Okay, yeah, I sent it. I messaged you, and they said they would be there by Tuesday, so I thought it would be there by now. Huh. I hope it shows up soon. Yeah, I kind of thought you'd have it already. Oh, that makes sense, Mark. Maybe Labor Day backed everything up. I've never had anything get lost in the mail that I've sent out, but there's always the first time, right? Yeah, you're in Idaho. You're not that far away from me because I'm just in Utah. I'm just like a hop, skip, and a jump away. Well, keep me updated. I'm actually kind of low on my numbers of copies of Volume 2. I've only got 4 left. I'm going to have to steal some from my brother to make it through the convention. Maybe the Porch Pirates took it. God, I hope not. They'd be really disappointed when they rip it open. Like, hell yeah, let's steal this. Oh, it's a comic book. That sucks. All right, but for real, I do got to shut down. I got to do a couple things before I wrap up and go to bed. But this has been really fun, guys. I miss doing these, and I want to do them a little more regularly now that I'm done making my stupid comic. I can do things for fun for a minute. Dan, there's a local one here in Utah. It's just a FanX that they do in Salt Lake City. I don't have the means or the money to travel out of state. You know, it'd be nothing but a pit that I'd throw money into because I'm nobody and no one would know who I am. So there's no way I'd make the money back for the cost involved. So I don't travel out of state. But the FanX one here in Salt Lake City, it's pretty damn big. It's a big convention, and I do all right. Last year I did better than I ever have. Actually, I walked away with $1,000 in my pocket. You know, it was really fortunate. So, but yeah, it's just the local Utah one that I do at FanX. It's in about 3 weeks is when that one will be going. I'll be doing some videos and live streaming from there. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, everyone, thanks for stopping in. Dan, thank you for all the conversation, man. I really appreciate it. Wesley, Byron, Mark, Tyrez, anyone else who's still in here. Pamela, Gasper, thank you. Appreciate it, everybody, very much. Yeah, local cons are the best way to go for making money. That's what it seems like to me. I can just drive down there and be there in, 30 minutes, and I'm good to go. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Dan. Again, Daniel, I really appreciate it. Mark, Tyrez. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I might even be doing one Saturday night. Jessica might be available for that, so maybe we'll be doing that. So, yep, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You're all awesome. I'll catch you on the next one.